Hey.
Good morning, going on daily.
Good morning. Woo-hoo. The
Morning,
sun is
Alana.
coming up on this beautiful fall day.
Oh, I love it. I
Yeah,
love it. Yeah, we are season 2, episode 199, Stuck on You.
stuck on
Oh,
you.
oh man, how exciting. So yeah, getting right into it. Getting unstuck. Oh man,
Yeah, it's the thing we all
that's
want, right? And we
yeah,
all we all experience it, but we don't necessarily understand what's actually keeping us stuck, and we
yeah.
don't necessarily understand how to break free from it. And so that's
Hmm.
I had a wonderful woman here on a retreat this last weekend, and this is where the topic came from, because we were talking about that. And one of the things I like to do is sort of play with the words and discover the
Mm,
words that are entangling, right? And so
yeah.
and then I thought, hey, this could be a good topic for today too, because this is so universal. Um,
Mm,
we get caught, we get drawn in, magnetized into beliefs and stories that we believe them so heartily, and we actually develop a personality around them, an
hmm.
identity around them, but we
Yeah.
don't realize that they're reinforcing loops of limitation. They're not
Mm,
helping us. We keep repeating, like, say, common things that keep us stuck. Unconscious self-talk, like, I can't do this. I've
yeah.
tried everything.
Yeah.
Really? Like, really? Right? These are things, but we don't question it. That's the funny thing. It's like remember that movie, Men in Black? Did you see that one? The
Oh
one
yeah.
the
Yeah.
one where the guy who plays Thor, I can't remember his name. He he and Kay, they apparently killed the hive, right?
Oh
And
yeah.
with nothing but their wits and their X whatever machine, right? So whenever he
Mhm.
was asked what happened, he would repeat that line.
Oh yeah.
And it wasn't until the end of the movie that he realized, oh my God, Kay neuralized me, or somebody neuralized me. That's not
Mm,
my memory. That's
wow.
not what happened. And so when
Yeah.
I saw that movie, I'm like, "Oh my God, this is such a great metaphor for
Yeah.
how we neuralize ourselves every
Yeah.
day,
Yeah.
every single day, with our closed circuit thinking, with our assumptions, with our conclusions,
Mhm.
right?" And so like these comments, like, "I can't do that. I've tried everything. This is just the way I am." It's like, well, actually, no, you didn't start out that way. Somewhere you developed a
Yeah.
pattern of defense, of protection, of survival, right?
Yeah.
But nowhere in our society are we invited to take a look there, except for if something calls us from within to say, I got to find answers. You know,
Yeah.
like, like I remember when I was 20 years old, and I was just really starting to dive deep into this journey. And a friend of mine had told me about this woman who had this crystal store called Crystal Source. It was downtown Toronto. And I had
Mm.
this feeling I had to go one day. And then
Mhm.
one day that feeling was so strong, I said to a different friend I was hanging out with, I got to go. I don't know why. I just got to go. And I went to the store, ended up having this huge long stairway going up, like 30 stairs, right? And I went up there and I looked at her, and then all of a sudden I went, I have no ideas about crystal. I have no idea anything, but I want to understand my family. I want to understand myself. And I'm so lost. I'm so confused. I just don't get it. And so that was my moment of saying, oh my God, I questioning my beliefs, questioning my thoughts, questioning, the reality around me so much that I'm like, none of it makes sense. Right. So most often we don't get to that point until something catalyzes us in life, like a trigger.
Yeah.
Which is why triggers are important. We dismiss triggers. We say we shouldn't be triggered. Oh, you shouldn't be triggered. You should know better. You're spiritual.
I just talked about triggers yesterday.
Oh,
I was chuckling a little bit because I didn't have the chat open, and so Ron's been Ron's been jumping in here. Yeah, triggers like like the horse. Yeah, that's what we mentioned that. Like trigger, and I said, oh no, like champion. But uh, yeah, Ron said I have a lifetime supply of bricks
of
and
which? A lifetime.
of bricks.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
but we all do until we don't, until we start uncovering
yeah,
them, right? And so the thing is like if we really want change and we really want transformation, the only way is through all that gunky stuff and to
hmm
get in touch with what made us have to develop these bricks and these walls. And I've had them myself too, right?
yeah, yeah,
And as long as we're alive, I mean, there's always new levels of learning. So when I was working with my client and I was catching some of her phrases, right? And some of them were here, right? Or I always
hmm
mess this up, or things never
hmm
work out for me,
yeah.
or that person's always that way. Well, really?
Why
You know,
bother? Why
right? Why
bother?
bother? Or
Yeah,
other people can do it, but I can't. Or it's too late for me, or things never
yeah.
work out for me. And so when we were talking, there's a really beautiful phrase that this can unlock this stuckness, like in an
Mm,
instant.
mm,
Because what we're doing when we have these kind of closed circuit thoughts, we are just looping in the same neuralized state and we keep reinforcing it. So then the walls and the bricks get thicker and higher, right?
mhm.
So, but this one little statement, I'd like to give this. If we change this, up until now, I haven't been able to do it.
Yeah,
Up
yeah,
until now, I've tried many things, but I haven't found that thing yet.
yeah,
Up
yeah,
until now, this is how I've been, but I can see it's not helping me and I want to learn something different. It's not working out for me.
yeah,
Up until now, I've messed this up, but even in my messing up, I've learned things.
yeah,
Up until now, it hasn't looked like things have worked for me, but I'm still here. So something's working,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, I love yet. Yet is one of the big ones that I use. Haven't figured it out yet. I agree, Christy. It is a beautiful view.
Oh,
That,
thank you. Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
my puppy's in the background. I didn't see he's
yeah.
there.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
there's
yeah.
Pono. That's my
Super,
Pono.
super awesome. Napping, chilling.
And it's
Yeah.
cute that he's got like an angel wing from the light bulb, right? Look at
Oh
that.
yeah,
He's my little angel.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Super, super awesome.
Yeah. So just to, to put that out there and explore the up until now, because as soon as I say up until now,
hmm
I'm telling
Yeah,
my biology, oh wait, there is another
yeah,
possibility.
yeah.
Because our biology is always listening to us, and our biology is the measure of truth.
hmm
Our body is the only thing about us that cannot lie or deceive. If we are
Yeah.
uncomfortable, we know it. We feel it in our body. We may try to mask it,
hmm
but we know it, right?
Yeah.
And so a big part of this getting unstuck is learning also to listen to our body and know that whenever we have a contraction, when we're thinking something and we start
Mhm.
contracting or we feel our
Yep.
energy dropping, it's worthwhile to investigate it and say,
Yeah.
am I believing an untruth here? Am I writing a story? Because we're all storytellers, right?
hmm
We're all day. That's all we're doing. We're writing our story about ourselves and our mind and our own virtual reality. We're writing our stories about that person on the bus, that person there, this person there. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's a beautiful creative part of us.
Yeah.
Unless it's shrinking us, unless it is harming us,
Yeah.
unless it's creating distortions instead of clarity.
Ron.
Mine must be a horror novel. Yeah, but you got a lot of humor in there, so you got some balancing there, Ron. You got to.
It's a good, I mean, it's one of the best coping mechanisms. I mean, if you're gonna have a coping
Yeah,
mechanism, humor is a pretty good one.
totally. And none of this is nothing. None of this is about saying this is a right way or wrong way. It's just
Yeah.
understanding. Wow, there are other ways.
Yeah.
And if my goal is to have a happier, more fulfilling life, which is what we all want. That's why we do what we do. We want to love, we want to be loved, we want to share, right?
Yeah.
But then I have to take an action to say, okay, well, are my thoughts, are my beliefs
Mm-hmm.
Are the way that I navigate my 60,000 thoughts a day, is
Yeah.
that helping uplift me and expand me into my wholeness, or into more liveliness, even aliveness, just to be alive. Because what happens is when we have this closed circuit thinking, we're not alive.
Yeah.
We're like automatons. We're just going through the motions. And yes, we get influxes of high emotion and low emotion, which makes us think we're alive.
Yeah.
But being really alive means I'm creating, I'm in creation.
Mm-hmm.
Like in
Yeah.
Hawaii, I love it. The word God means the action force in life. It's a verb, not a noun.
Mm. Wow.
So, like, to be in action, that is being alive. To be in creation, like every second, a blade of grass is not the same blade of grass. There's
Yeah.
movement, there's change,
Yeah.
right? And understanding that, well, why do we get stuck? Why do I stay here if this is so unhealthy? Why isn't my body telling me otherwise in those moments? And that's because we have the survival mechanism within us of negative bias trying to keep us safe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Christy said, oh, for real, your physiology never lies.
yeah,
Which,
no, it's the measure of truth, right?
yeah.
And so that's why we have to get into our bodies in order to actually comprehend a fuller truth in
Mm-hmm.
any moment. But if
Mm-hmm.
we're just relying on our mind and our wits and our thoughts, and it's a piece of the pie, but the body is the energetic mechanism that's of frequency and experience that is actually informing everything if we know how to listen. So when I was in my 20s, I had a really huge traumatic event happen in my life, and I was pretty much almost catatonic a lot of the time, really deep psychosis,
Mm-hmm.
and lost. So, so lost. And I had these two friends that they honed in on me. They didn't charge me a penny. She did energy work. She taught me ancient tarot, pendulum, Bach flowers, aromatherapy, and her husband did psychotherapeutic body work on me.
Mm.
And there was a moment when he touched just a spot on my foot. I was in my neuroses and all this stuff that was going on,
Mm-hmm.
and then he pressed this spot on my foot, and all of a sudden it was like I went back in a movie, like in those dark tunnels, and then this, like, all this emotion came out of me. I was wailing, I was crying, I was just like devastated, and I was like, what the heck is going on? Like, where did this
Mm-hmm.
happen, right?
Yeah.
And that's when I started learning. He taught me afterwards. He said, yeah, emotions get stored in the body.
Yeah.
If we don't process what we feel, well, it's got to go somewhere.
Yeah.
So it stores itself in our body as tension. Whatever muscles. So if I in that trauma situation, I contracted a lot, or any other trauma situation. I had lots of trauma in my childhood, like so much, right? And it's all good. Everybody has trauma, so it's not as
Yeah.
feel sorry for me. It's like, no, it's like, yeah, I had a lot of trauma to work through, and so wherever something wasn't resolved, it stores in the body. And so he shared with me, this is how you can release it. So that's what got me on my path. I was so
Mm.
fascinated. I said, can you help? Can you teach me while you're doing this too afterwards? Can you share with me what you did? And that work saved my life.
Mm.
It
Well,
brought me into my body.
I think that's, it's one of the biggest fights that we have in society is because we are taught, trained, programmed to not listen to our bodies, and unfortunately, a lot of people that go to doctors and whoever else, they it's all reinforced. It's like, oh, it's all in your head, that
Yeah,
you don't really have that issue, or
yeah,
I'm sure you don't really know. We'll run tests and then I'll tell you
yeah,
whether or not.
totally. And meanwhile, I mean, everybody. So I have this theory, in my own thinking. Everybody talks about all the physical illness that's happening,
Hmm.
diet and stuff like that, but nobody's
Hmm.
talking about the diet of our thoughts.
Oh yeah.
Nobody's
Yeah.
talking about, where do you spend your time all day?
Hmm.
Are you brooding? Are
Yeah.
you lamenting the past? Are you fearing the future for the majority of your day? Because all of that generates frequency, and it generates chemicals in our
Hmm.
body that then create more inflammation.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So,
most of us are carrying around a big stick that we beat ourselves with all day
oh,
long. You know,
totally, totally,
that's
because we've been taught
yeah.
to do that to ourselves, and so understanding, this is how we get unstuck. First, just by understanding, whoa, wait a minute, I may have some beliefs
Hmm.
that they're so automatic and habitual for me that I don't even recognize them to question. This is why we go to coaches. This is why we go to healers, because
Yeah.
they help us see ourselves from an angle that we can't, because we're so in our story, right? We can't see
Mhm.
the forest for the trees, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why it's beautiful to have coaches and mentors or books,
Yeah.
or listen to audiobooks and things like that, because we need new information
Hmm.
to be able to move out of whatever we're stuck in. We
Yeah.
need to open the tributaries. Like if I was a pond and I shut myself down to my own thinking, right? Which means I'm shutting off all tributaries of any other kind of input of water. What's going to happen? I'm going to rot. I'm going to stink. And all the life in there is going to die. Right? This is
It's
why you go to your Jack Daniels, right? Yeah.
Jack and Johnny.
Jack and Donnie.
Oh.
Yeah. Right. So
Uh,
yeah, so just as an invitation of observation, and yeah, that calls all kinds of neuroimmune systems,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yep.
And so, in Europe, when I lived in Germany, when I went to the doctor, they always prescribed natural medicine first, or they prescribed,
Mhm.
going to get massages or go do
Yeah.
meditation and things like that. But here, that's not a common practice.
Oh, it's the opposite.
It's the
If
yeah, yeah,
if all of the drugs and everything else that we throw at you don't work, I mean that's and unfortunately with that C word that we're not supposed to say
yeah,
with that condition, if everything that we throw at you doesn't work, then you can explore alternatives. So after you didn't survive making it through all of our treatments, then it's
mm.
okay for you to explore others is really the way that we look at it. That the
And what it
medical
is.
system.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, and what it is, it's
Yeah.
just it's closed circuit thinking. And where does that come from, though? It comes from fear too,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It comes from the fear, and like in the olden days, I know they put more restrictions and regulations around massage and healing work, in part too because there are a lot of people abusing it and misusing it,
Yeah.
taking advantage of people, right? So it's like we're always needing to find that balance, and it's
Mhm.
not it's not an easy balance to pitch, and we're moving back and forth all the time. And then, but at least these things are available for us when we look.
Yeah.
And one of the things I wanted to share around this is a way to self navigate is to develop a felt sense of your body, to become more present, and the breath work, the breathing in for 5, out for 5. Whenever you're feeling like you can feel your body just suddenly contracting, take a deep breath. It's one of the
Mm.
best principles, best things you can do. And remember, okay, even if I'm in a problem right now, my problems are not permanent. They will move.
Yeah. Well, and it's one of the things, if anybody watches me, either on the show or when I'm coaching or on longer calls and I always stand, so I'm always standing when I do it, but you can see when I'm like, okay, there's a pause here, and I'll have a deep breath, because it's one of the ways that I keep myself centered in whatever it is that I'm doing,
Yeah.
is that breath, and even just I mean the 5 count or any of the other. There's all kinds of different breath techniques, but
Mhm.
even just taking a big deep breath is
Absolutely.
such a big deal. It doesn't
It's
have to be a big complicated thing. I mean,
yeah.
and all of those things are wonderful, but man, we forget to really take those big deep breaths a lot of time in our
Yeah,
day.
and we forget because we're not in our body. We're so
Yeah.
we're so in the virtual reality of our mind. And so one of the key things is to remember our feelings are not facts.
Yeah.
Our
Yeah.
feelings are not facts. Strong feelings does not mean it's a fact, but we have this idea that that's what I used to. I used to think, well, if I feel it this way, it must be true. It's like,
Yeah.
well, no, it's not, right? And we need to be able to breathe and come back to our frontal cortex so we can sort of be more reasonable and see a broader truth and allow other information to influence us. Because this is how we keep ourselves stuck. We just keep
Mhm.
churning in our story, and our story gets thicker and heavier, and then
Yeah.
we lose the ability to actually be present completely. So
Yeah.
when we learn to understand that our body is telling us the truth all the time, and our body is waiting for us to listen, it's a messenger, it's a communicator of our soul as well. and then we shift our languaging to grow our awareness, and that's when we begin to stop being stuck. It's very simple movements, little things, right? And all we need is just that little, what is it? There's a tiny lever moves big doors, right? I've heard that expression, right? Tiny little lever moves big doors.
Yeah.
So we don't have to find these big major things to make a big major move. Sometimes it's just this little thing, like the breath, or just reaffirming my feelings are not facts. Let me take a moment. Let me pause. I'm impaired right now. My thinking is impaired.
Yeah.
If I'm in a high reaction, then
it's I mean, sobriety in our thoughts and emotions, which is a big thing that most of us are intoxicated in our emotions. And Christy said, I inhale my meditation cigarette, which I'm wondering if she's referring to the and I don't know if they're like essential oils, if you've seen any of those things. They're like a little cigarette thing, but you can it's a constant battle. But good stuff.
Yeah. So up until now, remember, up until now, give yourself a break. Take it easy, don't be so hard on yourself, everybody.
Yeah.
And be willing and open to be wrong sometimes, or not completely right. And then it's all good. Then we grow and we heal and we come home to ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah. It's all okay. It's all okay.
It's all okay. It's all a part of it.
Yeah.
It's all a part of it. Nothing is wrong, right or wrong. It's just, okay, this is what's happening. Okay, what are the actions I can take when this is happening that are different than the ones I'm taking now that can help me get where I want to be?
Yeah. So awesome. So awesome. And what else is really awesome is all of the people watching us live right now on Kick and YouTube and Rumble and Twitch. And just, I mean, so much appreciation for everybody out there. Christy's on here. She's trying to throw wrenches in our spokes here while we're talking. That the comment section is blowing up here, and I love it. No, I apparently use a hand gesture to my face as if I'm smoking, and take a deep breath, a new awareness. I love that. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, super awesome.
Ex-smoker. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, it was probably the only good news we can say about the smoking is the deep breaths. But yeah. So anyway, and then after the fact, go listen to the show. Spotify, Red Circle, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, @RI Broadcasting, and share the show and listen and all of the things. Subscribe to us everywhere. And then, of course, go follow us on all the socials. We're everywhere. We've been everywhere, man. We're everywhere. And then go follow us on Facebook. Pretty please, come follow us on Facebook. We are trying to grow the Facebook page again. From all of the shenanigans of the people who will not be spoken of. But we need to have enough followers on Facebook in order to be able to go live on the Facebook page. So going on Daily Morning Show Facebook, and then you can support the show. Support the show in all those ways. Follow us everywhere. Comment. Send us messages, all of the things. We want to hear from the people, and then support the show, Rhode Island Broadcasting.net. And come on, people. We're doing the show for you. We want to hear from you. We want to see your faces and all of the things. So and thank you for everyone being here. So this is super exciting. I mean, it went down, and here we have it. Greece is the winner. They are the champion. Yeah,
you're the one that I want. Honey.
Oh, I love it. Yep. Greece 39%, Jaws 31%. That's pretty good. Rocky 15%, The Godfather 15%, and Saturday Night Fever was a flop. Sorry for
Well,
anybody. Well, I'm not even
the move
sorry
is
because
good. The move from the
yeah,
movie was good, right?
yeah. I mean, apparently nobody voted for it,
Wow,
so
not a single
not
vote.
sorry.
Wow. Wow,
Not
maybe
sorry
it's too
about
old.
Saturday Night Fever.
Oh, wow. That's funny.
But if you would have wanted to vote for that, then sorry about your luck because you missed out. So you're going to have to vote for the next one. So the
Oh,
next
Happy
Hall of Fame,
Days! Oh,
yeah,
Golden Girls. Oh my goodness.
yeah,
That's a hard one. These
yeah.
are all
Cheers,
great shows.
yeah. Cheers, Happy Days, The Golden Girls, MASH. Oh man, and Married with Children. So
Oh,
go to Rhode Island Broadcasting.net and vote for for whoever your favorite is.
yeah.
And I don't
That's
know
gonna be a good one.
how all the voting and the tallying, but what I do know is that you need to go vote. I mean, you got to have your voice heard. So yeah,
That's gonna be a hard one. That would be really, really hard for me to vote because I like all of them. They all have their place in my world of
mm,
think of fun and amazingness and yeah.
this
Oh, okay.
this is an easy one for me because
Oh,
I didn't watch as much of any of the rest, but
oh,
boy, have I watched MASH. Oh man,
okay. So MASH is a
lots.
dead ringer for you.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one. So,
Uh-huh.
oh, Christy said throwing wrenches at Ron. Oh, that's awesome. So yeah, super excited for the new Hall of Fame and for the winner for this month of Greece and yeah, and then now I mean other amazing things. I mean amazing scares. That is I mean I'm excited. Uh, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Yeah, yeah, dodgeball, of course. uh, but yeah, so talking about amazing scares, I think about what are the fall things going on that oh there we go yeah corn maze. So that's there are and I don't know if this is I'm totally curious across the country across the world is this something that everybody does everybody have because we have the corn mazes and then we've got, in Idaho here, we've got haunted corn mazes, haunted houses. There's lots of different things going on for all of the fall stuff, and then of course the pumpkin patches, and some of them I believe this year down just a half an hour away from me they're doing they have a pumpkin patch that or something of the sort that's integrated in with their Oktoberfest. So it's kind of the combination of all of the things. And I don't know, is that something that you guys have up in Canada that you've corn
I
mazes?
I don't
Pump,
I've never experienced a corn maze. No, no.
okay, okay,
It
yeah,
doesn't mean they don't do it. Maybe they do it like in places like Alberta or I don't know, Sharon's not on the call, right? So
yeah,
yeah, I don't know, but here in BC I've never seen it myself, but doesn't mean it doesn't happen, but
okay, yeah.
yeah, no.
Yeah, Christy says Potato Fest. So
Potato.
yeah, and there was an event. I didn't go to it. I was going to, and then I don't remember what happened. But anyway, yeah, they had because of course, I mean, for Idaho, we got to have some sort of Potato Fest. But uh, but
I
yeah,
love
there's
potatoes. Potatoes are good. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, but yeah, the corn mazes we have, and what I also want to say for anyone that's doing their corn mazes or their pumpkin patches or their haunted houses or any of those things, um, and softly I will say this. Be a little bit better at your marketing because oh my gosh guys, like trying to find information out online about where and when and who and what and all of the things it is not necessarily very easy. So
Oh.
Yeah, so work a little bit on that. And I realize a lot of these people, they're busy making the, I'm sure making the I don't even know how you make. I mean, I know how you make a corn maze, but it's like, oops, I cut that section wrong. You're out there with like a weed eater or whatever, whatever they're doing, and
Yeah, the first time I ever saw a corn maze was actually on a TV show called The Good Witch. And they did that.
oh,
They created, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. They made a labyrinth out of the
yeah,
haystacks and the corn. Yeah. So that
yeah,
was pretty interesting. I've
yeah.
never otherwise even heard of it except for
Yeah,
that.
yeah, and that's they I think there's one, it's Swore Farms is one of them that's close by, and then they have some that are haunted, and then of course all of the haunted houses. You guys have haunted houses up there? A
Oh
lot
yeah,
of,
we used to. When I was a kid, oh, we had
okay.
so many haunted houses we could visit. Now I guess I don't know, right? But
Yeah,
yeah, there's
yeah,
that.
out
Was
of the
part of
loop.
my growing up for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and
Your
I just
hands in wet noodles, going in a dark room and they put your hand in wet noodles and it's brains and all kinds of stuff like that. It was so I always remember that haunted house because it really spooked me. It was gross, but it
oh,
worked.
Christy said mashed potato eating contest. No joke. Crossed it off the bucket list. Oh
No
man.
way. Oh, that's too
Oh,
fun.
oh yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I'm in for that. I'm also I don't do that. I don't like the scary stuff. And the more that I've worked on my nervous system and my emotions and everything else, I'm like, yeah,
Right.
no. No, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need to uh
Oh,
I enjoy
you enjoy working the haunted houses and scaring the people working in it.
that.
Reverse haunting. That's funny.
Mm.
That's cool.
That's awesome. You figure out where they're at, and then
Hilarious.
hide out or jump out and scare them.
Uh,
Yeah, that's awesome. That, I mean, it has to be good entertainment or frustration for them in their day.
or inspiration too, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, inspiration. Obviously I need to hide a little bit better so that I
Yeah.
can scare these people a little bit better. That's I this following week I'm going to try, a friend of mine does a haunted house,
Oh, okay.
and so they're doing lots of charity event with all of that, and then she's asked me for several years, and I've always been busy, but
Right.
asked me to come ride my unicycle, and so I
Oh,
think
fun.
I think maybe there's a couple of, hopefully more than 2 or 3 of us that I can get, and then we'll all go ride around for, an hour or so.
You could dress like a scarecrow. I just had this vision of a scarecrow on a
Oh,
unicycle. That could be fun.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just
And
a
I
potato
just,
sack with some hay.
yeah,
Be
yeah, yeah. So anyway, there lots of events, and I would love to hear from everybody else. Is this something that happens all across the country, all across the world? Does this happen in other countries? Really love to know all of the things, all of the details. But yeah. Uh, so now we're jumping right in from all of the corn and the maize and the haze and yeah. And Ron said, "Hey, yeah, hay rides. Oh, hay rides. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I'm sure
Yes.
I'm sure those are going on different places, but yeah, jumping right into fascinating fall facts.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was thinking about, okay, because I know it's the theme, right? And last night I was exploring a little bit, and I've never known why leaves change color. So I looked it up.
Mm.
That's one of the
Oh,
facts I want to share.
oh,
And
I
and
love it.
so yeah, and so, I'm just gonna read it because it's pretty fascinating. So what happens is the chlorophyll fades. So the leaves are green because of chlorophyll and the pigment trees use to make food. As the days get shorter and temperatures drop, trees stop making chlorophyll.
Mm,
And what happens is then with less chlorophyll, the underlying yellow and orange colors become visible. It's because there
wow.
are trapped sugars in the leaves. So sugar's not all bad. Pretty
Yeah.
beautiful, right? So red and purple colors appear when sugars get trapped in the leaves, activating pigments. Yeah. Isn't that
Mm.
beautiful? We have
Yeah.
this tree here when I drive down island, and it's like this brilliant, like that orange fuchsia, like just like brilliant color. And it's like we don't get many of those trees on the island. But I remember I grew up in Ontario, down
Hmm.
by the Rouge Hill, Pickering area. And at this time of year, oh my gosh, I was there this time of year last year, and it's just like
Mm.
this. I just want to like bathe in those colors. It's just so beautiful, it's just so delicious. And so but I never know, why do they change color?
Yeah.
And then it's also tree protection. They say trees also produce a new chemical compounds to protect themselves from sun damage, pests, and freezing temperatures as they prepare
Oh.
for the winter.
Huh.
Pretty cool, hey?
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was pretty awesome. And then I looked up a few other facts, and then I also thought to share the spiritual meaning of fall universally, right? So I'm going to go into that too. Oh, what's
Right.
that? This would make people stop eating sugar if we turned. Yeah.
Yeah. We turned orange, although I recall at least one
I
orange.
wouldn't mind being fuchsia, like Clifford the dog. That would be
Mm.
okay.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
So, in why the fall air smells different. So,
Mm.
cooler temperatures and lower humidity slow down bacteria, which makes the earthy plant compounds linger longer.
Huh.
That's why the fall air smells different, and it does. And I
Wow.
can feel it, like here on the island. There is a turning point between
Hmm.
summer and fall,
Hmm.
and the air smells and feels different, just like from one day to the next. Like, okay,
Ooh.
we're heading into fall. It's so clear here, right? And so reading that, I thought that was a very cool fact to understand, why does that change. So
Yeah. Well, and that makes sense. I was talking yesterday about, getting out and riding in the fall and for the hikers and all of that. And it does, like, you can smell the difference when you're out
completely.
riding in the fall versus in the summer. And there's not as much. It's not like it doesn't smell like, like the forest and the trees and all of that, but
It
it is
becomes stronger.
not. Yeah,
Yeah,
it does not smell like
yeah,
fall.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
it
yeah.
is very different.
It's like it's a thicker smell in the air, right? And
Yeah,
I
yeah,
guess that's the plant compounds that just, they're denser in the air, right?
yeah, yeah,
That's
because it,
what it
it
seems.
lingers.
Yeah.
So didn't
And
stop
here's a oh yes.
didn't stop Veruca salt.
What's veruca salt?
Oh man, now Christy got us. I don't
What's
I don't know. I don't know. I'm lost on this one too. Sorry,
Is that
Christy.
like a spy movie? No.
I don't,
That
I'm
can be that's veruca
Veruca
salt.
salt. I don't.
I have
I'm
no idea
lost
what
on
that is.
that one. Maybe I should know. I don't. Either that or she's throwing a good one here. That
I gotta look
like
up and see
see
what
if
is
they
veruca salt.
yeah see if they catch the reference. Uh,
Veruca salt. What is that? Veruca
uh,
salt
I want a company
can
room.
refer to a spoiled, greedy character from Roald Dahl's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, or an American alternative
Oh,
rock band. Oh, I
yes.
remember her.
Oh,
This is the
yes.
picture. That's
I
the
do.
that's the,
Yep.
the screaming
Yep.
girl. That's the one,
Yep.
right?
Yep. Okay.
Good
Okay.
one. Good one,
All
Christy.
right, we got it. Thanks, Christy. Yeah, that was and that's
It's fun.
Ron. Ron said, yeah, Oompa and Wonka.
I love that movie. It's my favorite movie. And then one other beautiful little fact, but animals, is
Mm,
that squirrels, their
mm.
memories sharpen in the fall,
Oh,
and they actually remap thousands of food cache spots in their brains.
wow.
So they remap their brain every fall.
Okay, people. So
That's pretty.
here is a good reminder, because I know this is it's always used. It's like, oh, my brain and ADHD and all the things and
Yeah.
squirrel, all of
Squirrel.
that.
Exactly.
Well,
Good one.
actually,
Squirrel. Yeah, it's
yeah,
perfect to bring that into that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is
And
there a cat eating a bird? It sounds like there's a bird though.
oh yeah, yes, I have two. I have three conures. Yeah, three
Mm,
conures. They're like mini parrots. They're bigger than lovebirds, but not as big as a parrot. They're sort of in between.
mm,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
yeah.
And hopefully the cat is not eating the bird.
No, they don't eat them. No, no, no.
Mm,
They ignore them really. They don't really pay
mm,
attention. Yeah. And
okay.
then just to finish off the spiritual meaning of fall. So for me too, fall represents, it's the cycles of letting go, right? We've
Oh.
had our flourishing, we've had our fruits, right? And now it's time to let the garden rest,
Mm,
right? And the
mm,
trees, they draw inward. All the sap that runs through the trees, it draws into the roots,
yeah.
right? So it's a time for rest, all the hard work of the harvesting, and the planting and the tilling and the harvesting.
Mhm,
And it's that moment of just dropping inward and letting it be. And
mhm,
I know for me, I'm always active. I'm a creative. And so it's
mhm.
really important for me to remember that, because sometimes I forget how much I've done. And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I need to take a pause. I need to appreciate everything I've done. I need to appreciate what the season has brought me,
Yeah.
and just let myself land in the moment a little bit, to stop getting out of the do and start being. So for me,
Mm,
the fall is the being season, right? This is where we drop into being and
mm,
explore being and being more present, getting in and preparing for our next harvest, whatever we want
mm,
to plant next, the next personal growth, the next dream, the next idea. And so we learn to let go of what we've done,
mhm,
so that those leaves can drop to the ground and nourish the roots for the next season of growth.
mhm. Well, and the drawing back in, that you had mentioned, it's like, I mean, yeah, drawing ourselves back into ourselves. So many metaphors with all of
Yeah,
this really.
totally. And the season's asking, what can be released? What am I carrying that I don't need to carry anymore?
Ooh,
Right?
yeah.
What have I? What, even going back into the beliefs? What beliefs have I carried until now that are no longer serving?
Mhm,
What stories have I believed to now have I created that no longer serve? They may have served. They serve survival. They serve different purposes. But in this moment, are they still serving? And
mm.
this reminds me of a Sanskrit saying that's my favorite saying. It says, the elephant got through the door, but the tail got stuck.
Oh.
And basically, metaphorically, what that's
Mm,
meaning is, when we're in life, we go through the big stuff. We do
uh-huh.
what we got to get
Yep.
through and keep going. But we all have these little tail ends.
Yeah.
They linger, and they're sort of in our emotional backpack,
Mhm,
right? And so fall is a good season to go into that backpack and say, what little tail ends am I
mhm.
ready? Am I still carrying from experiences that I don't need anymore?
Yeah. Well, and
That's
and I think paying attention to all of the things. Oh, Mackenzie joined us. Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Good morning, Mackenzie.
morning,
That
Mackenzie.
that is if you ever want the absolute best hug that you could ever get, that
Aw,
is
what a great.
from Mackenzie.
Oh, that's
Mackenzie
beautiful.
is amazing.
Aw.
So, yeah, but
Virtual hugs all around.
yeah,
Ooh.
yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I think and the little things, we don't pay as much attention to the little things. And I think on both sides,
Mhm, mhm.
it's the little things that really make up our life.
Yeah.
It is all of those little things. And also it's the little things usually that are the things that hold us back from our lives as well. Um,
Small levers move big
yeah,
doors. Again, that
yeah,
fits with that too. Hey,
yeah,
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 totally
yeah,
true.
absolutely. Yeah, paying attention on both sides.
Yeah,
Yeah, all the hugs.
yeah, lots of hugs.
I
Oh,
love it.
I
I love
feel it. Yeah,
Yeah.
transmitting the energy of hugs is nice. Feel it.
Yeah. So if trees can let go of all of
Yeah.
those little things,
Yes.
then we can also learn how to let go of those little things too.
Yes. Yes.
So
Absolutely.
yeah, super super exciting, and this leads right in, because if we're not dropping those leaves, then we might be avoiding things in our lives.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, and in order to be healthy, well, we can't be avoiding all of those things, and I don't want to should on anybody, but perhaps we could let go of those things. And really, what I had thought about, and I've been thinking about this a lot lately, especially with the little occasional bit of dating that I have been doing. Realizing, there's a huge difference, even though it seems subtle, probably in the beginning, between people that are healthy emotionally and people that are avoidant. And and I'm sure that you have thoughts on this. Do tell. Yes.
Oh, do tell. Yeah.
Uh, so and I think one of the things, because a lot of people, they see people who are avoidant, who they seem like they have really good boundaries,
Hmm.
and they really, because they are like blocking stuff out, saying no to things. I
Yeah.
mean, and healthy people also do the same.
Hmm.
Now they don't necessarily do it in the same way,
Hmm.
but I think for a lot of people, and I've gone through this, a bit with, you get out of this toxic relationship, and then it feels really safe and magical when you find this person who is very avoidant,
Hmm.
because it does not feel in the same way that the abusive or toxic relationships do. So
Hmm.
I think a lot of people, they get into these relationships with people who are avoidant, which, not to say that, we aren't avoidant ourselves as
Hmm.
well.
Hmm.
Uh, but but I think that, it feels so much safer in those relationships, and we think, oh, I found a healthy person, because they're holding boundaries, and some of them, perhaps even talk about, all of the different situations, circumstances in the relationship, at least in the beginning, until everything doesn't feel safe anymore for them.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, I agree with you 100%. And the thing is relationship is about vulnerability.
Hmm. Yeah.
And vulnerability means we have to meet the things that are there to
Yeah.
get back in touch with our heart so that we can share our heart.
Yeah.
And that's a process. And
Yeah.
the survival mechanisms in us, when we don't understand that, then we just stay in the, like you're
Hmm.
saying, the boundaries that seems healthy, but really once it comes to the point of entering vulnerability and getting beyond that to be able to really connect, then that's when it changes.
Ron says, I got that double layer brick wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. In the codependency world, we would call this a wall, actually,
uh,
rather than a healthy boundary.
yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
But even with that, to understand where walls come from, right?
yeah.
I've had walls, and
Oh, yeah.
it's just it's like the ultimate self-preservation, because to be vulnerable feels too scary.
Yeah.
And then one of the things that life taught me, if I can just I'll just add this little piece, is
Oh, I
that
love it. Yeah, I knew you would have something to say on this,
okay.
Luana. I I was excited. I was like, oh, this is
Oh, thank
gonna
you,
be
Kyle.
good. Yeah, yeah.
Is so I work with a lot of women that are
Hmm.
dealing with, they're saying, I'm afraid to open, right? I'm afraid
Yeah.
to share. I'm afraid to share this with somebody. And something that life taught me, and that I find really changed the game for me, is I
Mm,
realize when I'm letting myself be vulnerable, I'm actually giving myself that gift. It
yeah.
has less to do with the other person.
Yeah.
The person is a catalyst,
Yep.
but ultimately I'm giving me back to me when I let myself be authentically vulnerable. What they do with it,
Mm,
that's their thing too. I mean, I got to protect myself too, but
yeah.
to understand that if my being vulnerable depends on how the other person responds,
Hmm.
then I'm trapped
Yeah.
in my own self. And
Yeah.
then I can't be authentic, because authenticity comes through being vulnerable.
Yeah.
Because when we're in the moment, if we're really in the moment, it requires vulnerability. Otherwise, we're just in the filters of our stories.
Hmm.
And that's the journey. So when I realized that, it's like, okay, so then this is on me. Okay, whenever I share, I'm just going to be me no matter what people do with it. That's fine. But this is my gift to me. I'm not going
Yeah.
to let other people be in charge of me opening my own inner gifts to me. I don't know if that helps, but that
Yeah.
the beautiful way that
Yeah.
helped me to come home to myself after lots of stuff too that I had every reason to just shut down, right? So
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah, and I think, with, especially with relationships, because this is really, and it's not just romantic relationships. It's with
anything,
all,
family,
yeah,
friends,
with
yeah. Mhm.
all relationships.
Yes.
And I think it's one of those things that you'll see, with which takes time, and it takes, takes conversation, and you'll see with the people that are healthy, as you start to open up, then they will also open up as well.
Mm-hmm.
And you both in a lot of ways feel safer and more connected in that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas with avoidant people, when
Yeah.
you start to open up, they start to shut down because it does not feel safe anymore, and they begin putting those walls up.
Yes.
And I think, and it's been one of the hardest things when I've looked at, especially in the initial, phase where you're messaging back and forth with somebody, looking at that and going, are they being healthy with their boundaries and what they're doing, or are they avoiding, the connection or the conversation?
Yeah.
Christy says, what do you do when people weaponize that vulnerability?
I walk away, then they've shown me who they are.
Yeah.
I leave with my okay, this is where I opened, and where is this taking me, and what is this teaching me?
Hmm.
And I
Yeah.
just they're just out of my life. There's
Yeah.
no space. But
Yeah.
they've shown me who they are, but at least I've taken that step to meet myself in vulnerability. And
Hmm.
and again, if it's about me to me, then I'm no longer putting the weight on the other person.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not putting the weight on the other person that if they create a safe space, I'll be vulnerable,
Yeah.
right? I'm gonna let myself be vulnerable if that person seems like it could be a
Hmm.
possible safe place. Of course, I'm not gonna just like
Yeah.
put it out everywhere,
Yeah.
right? But if there's somebody where it's like, okay, there seems to be a resonance and a connection, okay, then I'll take that step. But I'm realizing I'm taking this for me,
Hmm.
and this
Yeah.
is my gift to me. And if they misuse that gift, okay, I bless you and I release you. Adios. I'm gone. Right. And it's okay. And like to have that confidence that ownership and sovereignty
Hmm.
of in my vulnerability, I am in connection with life. This is about me. And if I
Yeah.
get to share that with another human being, wonderful. That's beautiful. The growth is exponential. And
Hmm.
I can say that from truth. I've had lots of narcissistic relationships, abusive relationships, or emotionally not present, or where people would, use my vulnerability against me and it would tear
Yeah.
me apart. And that's all of that taught me this, what I'm sharing
Yeah.
ultimately. If I make it about the other person, I'm going to stay trapped for the rest of my life. I have to make it about me, and I'll take the little risks, and I'll cry the tears if it doesn't work out and
Hmm.
whatever, but I will own my vulnerability. It's mine.
Yeah.
It's not for the other person. And if they misuse it, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Adios. You're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mackenzie says, love that. You bless and release, Luana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
beautiful Hawaiian, like there's different levels and layers of Ho'oponopono, and a beautiful ancient
Mm,
Ho'oponopono prayer. Beyond the I love you, it's I bless you and I release you. I bless you and I release you. I bless and release myself from you. Oof.
mm,
And it just
yeah.
it's like that drop of dawn in a greasy sink. Just
Yeah.
and then you just sometimes there's moments with family or even other people. It's like, okay, when I can feel that the way they've treated me is activating my own hurt,
Yeah.
I do that. I
Mm,
repeat it again and again, and I do the Ho'oponopono. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you.
mm,
Appealing to the divinity in the person, not the ego and personality, the
yeah.
divinity, where I understand that there is purpose in every interaction,
Mm,
and I'm a part of it. And so I want to just own my part and let clear the other and let go of the other. So that's what I do, Christy. That those two practices, they were life changing for me.
mm,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. I love that. And I think, especially, if we're in the beginnings of our healing, journey, because yes, it's always better for us to be healthy and to not put up those walls. But I think, there is definitely time and place for when it's okay. It's okay to put up the wall if we need to, if we have not built the healthy boundary yet. And um,
And
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 I think,
and and, and even the walls are healthy too, to a point, as long as they're not entrapping us.
yeah, because it's to, I mean, they're there to keep us safe.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, you
Like the
know.
moat around a castle, right? You got to get through my crocodiles. It's like, I mean,
Mhm.
there's a good purpose to it too. It's just when it becomes so locked in, that's when
Yeah.
we suffer.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the walls, we can put the walls up to keep ourselves safe
Yeah.
and to keep out any of the unhealthy people.
Yeah.
And at the same time, simultaneously, while we are working on building the healthy boundaries,
Yeah.
because that's, that's how we get to open ourselves up is with the healthy boundaries, is
Yes.
we open ourselves up, and then the world opens up to us,
Yeah.
which is when everything really becomes magical.
And if I can add, it's a journey of remembering and forgetting that.
Yeah.
We remember,
Yeah.
we forget, we remember, we forget, but we let that be okay.
Hmm.
It's okay
Yeah.
to remember and forget. This is a part of the journey. We're
Yeah.
building new neural networks each time we let ourselves trust a little bit more, right? And then we might pull back into our shell. And then we
Yeah.
learn and we cultivate what we need to see there, and then we go back out. So the remembering and forgetting is oh, she loved that. My health emote with crocodiles in it. Yeah, and you choose when to bring that drawbridge down, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And if you see you start putting your drawbridge down, and then the person starts mistreating, then you open up the trap door in the middle of the drawbridge, and then they fall into.
Yep.
It's a
Yep.
visual I got.
Oh man, sorry about your luck. You're gonna be lunch today.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I have a cartoon mind. I think in cartoons sometimes.
Oh,
It's so hilarious.
yeah.
The
Well,
humor.
and I think that's, I mean, what a beautiful thing to think about is visioning all of the things going on in our lives and emotions and everything else in cartoons, because it takes, I mean, so many of the emotions and everything else going on in our lives, they're usually so charged.
Yes,
And
yes,
if we picture them all in cartoon form,
yeah,
then it takes a lot of that charge. I mean, it
it
is,
does.
if you realize, when we're doing whatever it is, oh, that's goofy, and
Yeah,
if you just think about Goofy acting
yeah,
that way,
yeah,
then it takes some of that charge out of it,
yeah.
which is how we let go. We don't let go of emotions that are charged. We have to
Exactly.
allow the charge out of it before we
Exactly.
let
Beautiful.
go.
Yeah, and the humor removes that charge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is why, and talking about earlier on the show with the humor. I mean, I mean, yeah, it can be a coping mechanism, but it also can be one of the healthiest things for us to have, so that
Yes.
we can laugh and release all of the charge and the emotion,
Yeah.
and then let go of all of those things and all of those people as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, yeah,
Yes. Yes. You
yeah.
can laugh.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I mean,
fun.
with
That's funny.
anybody that needs to go through the trap door,
I say bye
yeah,
bye.
a little bit of extra. Oh man,
Oh, hilarious.
that's yeah, thinking about uh oh my gosh. Now I can't, but what's the cartoon? Peter
Peter
Pan
Pan.
and the yeah, and the crocodile,
Oh,
and
right,
yeah,
right, right.
yeah, Captain Hook, and
Captain. Yeah.
and yeah,
Oh, that's one of my favorite movies, Hook
yeah,
with Robin Williams. That
yeah.
was so well
Oh
done.
yeah,
Yeah. That
yeah.
really, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, yeah, and I'm thinking about the cartoon,
oh,
where
okay.
and at whatever point, Captain Hook gets thrown in the water, and the crocodile's going
Right,
after him, and yeah,
right. I've got the cartoon in my head now too. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think that's a great vision. All of those toxic people in our lives, we just flip the switch and open that trap door, and
Yeah.
off they go to get eaten.
Yeah,
And yeah,
totally. And
yeah.
even like with our fears and things like that, one day I made up a story in my head because when I started working through breaking through my fears and my self-doubt,
Mm,
right?
yeah.
And then I might have shared this on a show with maybe with Becky. I don't know. I was like, okay, stop. You're just like bad salesman, door to door, and I keep buying, So I turned it into something funny. Like, why do I keep buying from you? Okay, I'm gonna stop buying from you. You door to door salesman. I'm closing the door. Thank you very much. I've got a whole
Mm,
cupboard full of your stuff. It doesn't work. And so that
mm,
helped me really take charge
mm,
over my fears because the humor came in around that too. So
Mm.
little ways that we can just bring humor into our seriousness, and then it shatters the trance. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Christy says, I prefer Captain Morgan. And that's, I mean, it's
We got
Captain.
Jack, we got Don, Captain
Yeah.
Morgan. It's early morning, so that's
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're getting the day started off, you know.
That's fun.
So yeah, super awesome. Really, really great show. Oh yeah, a must do, Ron. Yep. Top 5 captains. That's gonna for just leading into a future show somewhere. You're gonna have to watch out for Ron's top 5 captains.
That would be great.
Super exciting. Great show today. Thank you, Luana, for being
Thank
on
you. Thank you.
and all of it. Where can everyone find you?
On Facebook, my page is at Luana Victoria. Actually, I just opened a professional page too,
Oh,
and so I can start marketing my things. So I've got 2 Facebook pages that are Luana Victoria. One is the professional one, and one is the personal one. My website is www.soulspectivesinstitute.com, and there you can learn about me, the work I do, my online work, and my in-person retreats, and articles and blogs and things like that. And yeah, that's where you can find me.
very, very awesome. Christy says, Captain Ron. Yes. Yes. Different than Captain Morgan, but still a captain. Yes, Ron is the captain of our ship, and we appreciate him running all the things and pushing the buttons. I mean,
Thank
all
you,
the
Ron.
buttons.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This show would not happen without all of his incredible effort, and oh my gosh, the hours he puts in. Holy Beetle.
Yeah,
we're
absolutely.
really lucky.
Yeah, and for anybody who wants to find me, I'm Kyle Miller Coaching everywhere, all the social media at Kyle Miller Coaching and KyleMillerCoaching.com. And yeah, happy to talk with anybody. Tomorrow, Thursday, the show will be live once again at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Mountain Time, and yeah, you're gonna have to do all the translations, but it's got to be either probably 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock, depending on what time zone you're in. But we'd love to have you show up, show some support, some love for the show. Go follow us on Facebook once again. Tomorrow we'll be with Becky Turner and JJ. So yeah, I'm sure yet another wonderful show with all kinds of exciting things. So
Awesome.
So thank you, Christy and Mackenzie and everybody else, tuning in and on all the different platforms. Much love to all of you, and thank you again, Luana. And I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your week.
Yeah, bless.